We've been waiting for LG to bring us their next phablet. The G Pro 2 is one of the most anticipated devices of this year, which is the successor to the G Pro that we reviewed last year, and we're now going to compare it against the phablet, the Galaxy Note 3. This is Jaime Rivera with Pocketnow. Tony behind the camera. Let's go through it. Okay, so off the bat, the first thing that I'm going to show you is size. 5.7-inch display, 5.9-inch IPS display here, both 1080p resolution, but both phones are almost as tall. LG does a fabulous job in fitting this display in this chassis, and if you look at them, they're just as thick. Almost as thick, actually, only LG's got this curve that Samsung doesn't have. Now, one of the cool things about this texture behind that we get from LG is that it does feel great in the hand. The phone doesn't feel gigantic, whereas in the Note 3, because of these sharper edges, you do feel the phone to be a little more uncomfortable, even though you do have this faux leather back that does make the phone look great. Now when we go through the camera at the back, one big importance, even though we do have the same 13-megapixel camera on both, this is not the same thing. Optical image stabilization on both software and hardware, where here there is nothing stabilized. Only on software, pretty much. It doesn't do the best job in the world. Now, aside from that, we've got a 2.26 quad-core Snapdragon processor, 2.3 on the Note 3, actually. These are pretty much almost the same processor, same 3 gigs of RAM, same 32 gigs of storage, though this one does have a 16 gig storage, where this one goes directly to 32. Okay, now one of the cool things about the G Pro 2 is the fact that you can expand it just like you can do so on the Galaxy Note 3 as well. You do have micro SD expansion, and you do have, again, 32 gigs of storage just like you do on the Galaxy Note 3. Obviously, the main differentiator between the Galaxy Note 3 and the LG G Pro 2 is the fact that you do have the S Pen functionality on this Galaxy Note 3 that you do not have on the G Pro 2. You can't even detect it. It does support capacitive styluses, but it doesn't do the job that we get from the Galaxy Note 3. You don't get the multitasking features that you get from the Note 3. Now, aside from that, both displays are beautiful. Now, keep in mind, Android 4.4 KitKat out of the box, Android 4.3 right now on the Galaxy Note 3, and obviously if you have a carrier variant, you're going to have to struggle with this. But aside from that, both phones are pretty much the same. They are great competing devices, although if you're looking for more productivity, the Galaxy Note 3 is for you, and if you're looking for a bigger display, a better color IPS display, then obviously the G Pro 2 is for you. Jaime Rivera from Pocketnow. Tony behind the camera. We've got more videos coming up soon.